got out of cast meeting. I'm here with Rachael,
Hi.
fellow mother, fellow new mom, just like myself, and she's also a performer. I just want to ask you a couple of questions, Rachael.
Sure.
Because we're trying to help the other performing moms of the world.
Yes.
Because we know it's hard.
We know.
How many shows do you do here a week at Sight and Sound?
At this time, 11 shows a week.
How many days a week?
5.
Now, how does that how does that affect you and your time with your baby girl?
You could probably hear my hesitation even as I said it. There's sort of a dichotomy of just like, it's heavy. Mm-hmm. It's heavy to even say it out loud. Because you feel like, you almost feel guilt as you say it. Because you're like, oh my gosh, am I being judged even as I say that I'm working that much?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you sign on for it, you sort of don't have control over how much work you're doing when you sign on, you know.
Because you just kind of get in a whirlwind.
Yes, and
of
you're
work.
like, okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. And you sort of feel like an air traffic controller over, okay, do I have this sitter? Okay, you know, is this going on?
Yeah.
You know, is my husband doing this and that? And it's like, oh, you're so grateful for everything he does. But each of you sort of feels like a single parent in a way, because it's like, okay, I'm with my baby here and we're doing this, we're doing this. Okay, we got to meet our milestones too. Okay, is my baby eating this? Is she doing that? Is she doing what she's supposed to do? And the doctor says, okay, she also needs to now learn the sounds of animals and the animal sound. Okay, so that's what
Your doctor said that? Wait a minute. My doctor didn't tell Truly needed. Did your doctor say that?
She sort of said, she didn't put the pressure on me. You know, as moms, we're kind of like, oh, that's something that she can know right now that I need to be working on that right now. You sort of have an extra. My
doctor asked, have I been reading to Truly? And I'm like, because she's like, her language, she should be about such and such numbers of words. And I'm like,
oh, yes, they list the amount of words
yes, and
that
then
they
you
can possibly know by this point. You start counting, okay, she can say hi, she can say
bye-bye,
she can say ducky, she can say, you start listening it because you sort of take it, you shouldn't, but you take it as like a value of you as a mom and what she can, and it's so hard to be like, no, to lay that for the cross and be like, no, like, she's where she needs to be.
So what would you say to the question of how are you finding your balance of your theater career, being ambitious, being an actress, and being a mom? Like, how are you finding your balance, your work-life balance? Like,
I think it's so hard. It almost feels like something that could be perfected, but it's like daily I realize there is no perfect balance. There's days when you feel like, oh, I'm getting a lot of family time and this is awesome, and then there's days where you feel like this is not working at all. This is not like, it doesn't. I feel like, oh my gosh, I miss my husband, I miss my baby right now. And then certain days where you're like, no, this is what I feel God's called me to do.
I need to perform.
I need to do it. This is this is working beautifully, and like my air traffic controller is going well. You know, the ships are going, everything's happening, baby's eating, I'm eating, Jeremiah's eating, you know, it's all working out. But then there are days there are days when like the kitchen's destroyed and I didn't feel like I had time to do this. I'm not feeling like I'm not feeling like I have time to like breathe. Yes. There's those days too.
Yes. But I don't know, it may have been the Holy Spirit. I was thinking about this yesterday. We had 30-something years. I won't put it all out there. I mean, our babies are what, 4 months apart?
Yes, they're 4 months apart.
We had a few years of life just doing us performing.
Yes.
And my baby is 18 months and her baby is 12 months. And God.
14 now. 14
is she 14 months?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're 2 months apart. Carry the one, add a decimal. Anyways.
They're close in age.
4 months. Okay. But those are so many years where we were doing us, being ambitious actresses, and it's just a little over a year where we've been moms. We have to take the time to figure it out.
Yes, and it's a journey. It's not like the day you have your baby, you're like, okay, we got this figured out. We know how it's all going to work out. It's like a journey of figuring it out, how it's going to work for your family, and just like not having huge expectations of what it is. You're just kind of learning as you go.
We are actually going to be doing a TikTok.
Yes, we are.
We might put that on here. If have to choose perform, and balance baby, or just not perform at all and just be a full-time mom, would you still choose this life?
To be honest, I ask myself that every day, and several times a day.
Yeah.
And some days I'm like, okay, this is
changes.
amazing. This is, there'll be things that happen that day, like a certain performance or a certain encouragement from someone on either side where you're like, oh, I should be doing that. No, this is right. This is right. Mm-hmm. Another day you're like, no, we can't do this anymore. We got it. And so literally every day it's different.
So for you, every day is different. For me, it's like,
and I'm only, and I'm 4 months
we got
behind
30
you, so
minutes.
4 months from now, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like,
let's see, like for me, I just know that I need both. I need time away from my child to appreciate my life as a mother. And then I also don't want to lose Amber Renae. Like, I have to remember this is what I was created to do. And I don't want to get too involved in baby and then lose myself. So it's almost like I'm making myself do this, even through the guilt. You know what I mean? Like,
and it is beautiful for her to see you doing that and to see who you are and see how you use your gifts. Yeah.
COVID has changed a lot of the rules at the theater, but we both have said like we wish that our babies could be with us backstage. Rachel plays Rachel. She's best friend to Ama in the show. How many years have you been performing professionally?
It's been about 15, been between 14 and 15 years.
Woo. It's been a long time. See, 15 years of performing professionally and just 1 year being a mom, it's going to take time.
It's going to take time.
It's
That's
a journey. It's a journey. Give yourself grace. Grace.
Just like the Lord gives to us. We have to remind ourselves and remind each other when we're having hard moments.
Yes. Yeah. That's good to know.